Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, and I'm out here this morning early because I've had a new revelation I want to share with you. Uh, I hope that you are really aware for change in your life and you're really ready to commit yourself to the change. You know, I want to say something to those of you who observe my posts. I'm not asking you to subscribe to me. I'm not asking you to like me. All I'm asking you to is to listen to it. Listen to it. You see, there are those amongst us who, especially since I talk about God a lot, and everybody think they know a little bit about God, a little bit. And not only do they know a little bit, they know the right bit. And anything that you're saying that's not lining up with what they say, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I guess I can understand that. If I say something that they like, and that's usually referring to some scripture or something that they say, well, I agree with that. Then they'll put on there, boop, boop, subscribe. And I'll wake up one morning, I'll have another subscription. I'll say, what? Somebody subscribed to me? Well, I don't know why. And then I just keep on talking for about a week. I'm gonna say something that same person or somebody else is gonna hear, and they're gonna say, I don't like that. I'm gonna unsubscribe. So I'm not asking you to tell me you like me. I'm not asking you to subscribe to me. I'm telling you what I know, and I know will work. And you don't have to listen. I mean, I want you to listen. You don't have to subscribe or like, but I'm giving you the truth. So stop lining up one day talking you like me, you subscribe to me, and next day you don't. I'm not trying to get some money from you. I'm trying to free you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what am I basically saying? I'm saying there's a lot of things going on in the world that we allow to happen because we're stupid, we're ignorant, dumb, and crazy. Now, you don't like that I say those words, but you know they're true. You got the mental institutions filled with people who line up with all of those. Now, don't just think that they're in the mental institutions. The biggest mental institution in the world is called Earth, and they're walking right around here on Earth. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that, look, my big thing of it is the failures of any society is reflected in the pain and suffering of its people. The success of it is not just measuring who got, like they say, we got the richest economy in the world. We got people sitting on the top. They're white. They're United States citizens, America. They're Christian, and they're on the top. And they guessing that they got everything. They can fly to space and go so far up there, they just start floating like air and just floating all the planes and stuff. They can do all that kind of stuff. But when you come back down Earth level, all you see is ghettos, pain and suffering, bridges falling down, houses falling down, earthquakes, fires. That's what you see down here. So this is going on too. That tells you got a system that's screwed up. Now, I don't care if you want to flip me off and say you don't want to have subscribed to this, do it. It's the truth. That just tells me that you don't want to do anything about it. So let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You have heard it said in the scriptures, thou shalt not steal. And everybody said, look, jail is full of people that are stealing. Yeah, jail is full of people that are stealing, but they're the wrong ones. The ones that are stealing are the people that put them in a position to have to steal. You see, the God Father Almighty has made it possible that each of us can have a career of our own choosing if we know what it is. And if we get the devil out of our face, we can see it. And in exercising that, we would have the greatest joy we could ever have, and we would be playing a part we would be participating in the creative process. Makes us part owners of everything that exists. See, God owns all the trees and stuff. God has given us the materials to make the cars, to make the houses, to make the food, to do all those various different things. Now, that's God working through us to do that. So when you see these cars, when you see these houses and mansions and stuff, they all belong to mankind. Not to just the person in there, but to mankind. But they've been robbed. You see, when God set the plan up, he set the plan up so it could work for everybody. Evil comes along and says it make it work for some. You know, I told you last night, I believe, that God has an adversary. An adversary is a thief, a liar. Now, what I was saying about stealing, thou shalt not steal. That basically means that your system should be set up so like I mentioned a moment ago, those things that you're entitled to, that's required for your survival and all that other stuff, God has given it to you. You don't have it because you've been robbed by a thief. Now, let's say your life is not flying up in space. Your life is not even making ends meet. You just on the street. So you gonna steal. You have been driven to steal by Satan. Who is Satan? Satan is the one who robbed you of your stuff. Now you hoping that when you stand up and do something, you run into downtown and what they call riot, breaking in stores, taking stuff out of stores. That's legitimate. What I mean by legitimate. This is a position that the system that you live under have driven you to. But they pointing the finger at you and say, you're no good. Why don't you turn around and point the finger at them and tell them they're no good? And tell them why they're no good. Tell them they are no good because they are violating God's plan. Tell them what the God's plan is the best you know how. If you don't know how, ask somebody. But ask me. So, the stealing stuff, okay? He's talking, nobody has, Eddie, don't go stealing. America, don't put Eddie in the position that he feels that he got to steal to survive. Okay? Because if you put him in the position that he got to steal to survive, Eddie got one or two choices. He can not steal and don't survive, or he can steal and survive and attack you with the truth. But you, my friends, that's robbing him, that's keeping him in the position to steal, you are the crook. Now, you've heard it said that thou shalt not kill, and you've heard me talk about that a lot. Well, now, what is he saying? He's saying to the power, first of all, telling you, the individual, don't kill. Don't let anybody talk you into killing. Don't let anybody talk you into being a terrorist. Don't let anybody talk you into being a warrior, a killer, a murderer, for whatever your reason. Now, one reason that's probably acceptable, and that is when somebody comes and abuse you, and trying to run a train over you, to destroy you, you then have the right to do one or two things. You can allow them to destroy you, and you just get on out of this hell, or you can fight back. You can fight back and defend yourself. And if it takes killing them to defend yourself, then that's right on with God. That's right on with God. Why? Because that's where you're at. You didn't go out to kill it. They came to you. The devil came to you to kill. And now you had to defend yourself and get the devil out of the way. So if you hear me say that, just because you read something in the Bible that says thou shalt not kill, you don't have to unsubscribe me. I mean, you can, and I don't care. But it's the truth. You got to know the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Now, why am I saying these things to you today? I'm saying these things to you today because it's the same thing I've been saying to you all the time. You are really messed up. We are really messed up. We are messed up by Satan. We are messed up by Satan because Satan is running everything. Now you think food that comes out of the ground, you might not know that the devil plays a part in that. Why? If you don't have seeds, if something happens that is a disaster and you can't get access, all of these things tie the hands of the human being to allow him to be free to do the things that's representative of the human being. But my message to you is this. When we see people actually, let me see if I can say it this way. In America, you got people working for what is good, but it doesn't actually lead to the best, because all the thing it takes for evil to be successful is for good people to just stick with what they call good. You do that. What does that mean? That means everybody else is tearing something down, and you're not doing anything to build anything up. You're good. You're not going to tear anything down. You just sit back and watch it be torn down. And it's done. And your goodness didn't mean a thing. So you got people telling you about God, the Almighty God. In the United States, I don't care where you at. You can be anywhere in the world. Asian world, African world, and wherever else people are. And every last one of them will tell you that their God is the number one God. And it ain't your God. And hell is what you're living in. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. You can say what you want. I'm going to say this now. I might just go because it seems like I'm just repeating myself. There's one power over you. That's the power you can't see, touch, and feel. But the evidence is all around you. Other than that, the power is you. You see, when you've heard me say that God's opposition, and you say you don't know what that means, I'm going to tell you what that means. If God has fixed it up so you don't have to suffer for anything, and you're suffering, what is happening? That means you're not doing it God's way. You're doing it your way. Now, you probably don't understand when people say doing your way, what that means. Let me tell you what your way means. Your way means private. Private enterprise. Take God out of this. God is too nice. God wants everybody to be right. God wants everybody to live good. God wants everybody to experience heaven. Not man, not the devil. The devil wants to feel good. The devil wants to feel right. He ain't thinking about anybody else. That's the way the devil operates. And so to legitimize it, we say this is private enterprise. We want to take education out of the school, out of the public school system, because the public might tell the people the truth. Oh no, we can't have the people knowing the truth. So we're going to make it private. We're going to let the people know what we want them to know. We don't want them to know the ugliness we've engaged ourselves in, unless it's on a movie, like a Western movie, how we took the natives' land, or unless it's in a movie like how they treated the slaves, how they brought them over here, beat them, and now that stuff you don't want to be. Oh, don't tell that story, because America's not like that. America's perfect, plenty white, and everybody else over here just come on here messing up our game. Private enterprise. Let them take over the education system. Let them take over the healthcare system. Let them take over food system. Let them take over housing system. Private enterprise. Why? Because they want to rob you till you ain't got nothing. Did you hear about the lady, this EpiPen thing? That you know what EpiPen is for? I just heard about it maybe not too long ago, since I found out I got some grandkids that need it. Peanut, whoa, give me that EpiPen. I heard that it used to be about $100. I heard that the guy up in Manchin, whatever his name, supposed to be a Democrat, up there in Washington, is tying the hands of the people who are trying to make a difference, tying the hand because he's satisfied in what he's doing. He's lining himself up with a game where, like his daughter understand, that EpiPen, what used to cost $100, is moved up to about $600 now. Ain't no more money came into the world. But this disease or sickness is there. But in order to get it, you got to have the money, baby. If you don't have the money, you don't get it. How many of you black people and other people, Asians, who are sitting up right now, got prostate cancer, got bladder cancer, got liver problems, got kidney problems, all kinds of problems that started a long time ago that just built up because you couldn't afford to go to the doctor. Why you couldn't go to the doctor? Because it costs too much money. And if you don't have the money, they do not give a damn about you. Money, brother. You sick? Give me some money. You hungry? Give me some money. You need some place to stay? Give me some money. You need a job? Buy it. Other than that, now, ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like God. What about that sounds like God? Not a darn thing. Let's come out of the pit of hell. The pit of hell. Then here comes some dude walking down some escalator talking about I and I alone can do it. And I want your loyalty. All you got to do is be obedient to me. I don't give a stink about what political party you in. I'm the man. That's what your demonic figure walking down that escalator said. He can fix it. How does he fix it? By telling you that, first of all, your nation has been robbed by black people, people of color. They've done everything. This is your great nation. You came here and took this nation. You over here and robbed and stole this nation, beat down everybody who owned it and said, it's mine. This mine is mine, it's mine, oh Lord. You said that. You did that. You beat these people down, killed them. And now I'm talking about this is yours. This land belonged to God, and you're not talking about it's yours. I heard somebody say Queen Elizabeth got more property. I don't know if it's true. I just heard people talking about it. Could be the same kind of stuff they talk about on conspiracy theories. I don't know. More property ownership than anybody else in the country. Popes and all these people. Well, I can understand that because you don't have it. And nobody cares. Well, somebody cares. I do. And there's some others that care. We all just don't know what to do to make you care. So, I'm kind of at a loss right now. I've given you some truths that will require, if you want to make a difference, for you to do something different. But I want to tell you, God is not going to work this miracle for you unless you change. Yes, it seems humongous right now. It seems like there's nothing that you can do. I walk down the streets of Chicago and other big cities, and I look on television, I go on the internet, and I'm watching these big cities and all these big buildings and the luxuriously manicured communities. I'm looking at all of this stuff, man. You know what that represents? That represents money. That represents private enterprise. That represents people who are not thinking about God and not thinking about you except how to get money out of you. And then I walk my little old black tail straight out of Mississippi cotton fields, chopping and picking cotton and cucumbers, and full of sickness because I can't afford this America's medical system. And I'm standing here before this camera trying to tell you how to change this world. How these people who are all this stuff gonna give up and say, okay, we gonna let the public come back. We're gonna give everything back to the public like it's supposed to be. Look, I'm not naive. Now, if one of those big waves came off one of those oceans, and those big tall buildings that stood up there looked like they were going into the heavens, and those big waves came in and hit those big buildings and knocked a few of them down. And I'm not talking about like the planes. I'm talking about that water. That water don't play. Just knocked them down. Now, if the water came that big and knocked down those buildings, you know it's going to mess up a lot of people. You know what? Private enterprise would not mean one thing to anybody. They wouldn't give a stink about private enterprise. They'd start running, Lord, help me, save me. Save me, Lord. Lord, help me, save me, Lord, please, God. I ain't going to do it no more. I ain't going to do it no more. That's what you would say. And if the waters settle down, for a little while, you be cool. But in the strangling of an hour, you'll be trying to con all over again. The devil have you stop backing up so fast as a crying shame. That's why you can't go to church talking about you love God. That's why you can't go to church talking about I want to thank God for waking me up this morning. Because God don't give a stink about that. God woke everybody up this morning. God woke the devil up this morning. Woke up all the devil's angels. Or devil or demons, don't let me call them angels. God woke up all the devil's demons this morning. Just like he woke you up. So what you up there celebrating for? That's nothing special. That's nothing special. The only thing that would be special is since God woke you up this morning, what are you going to put in heaven? Are you going to do for God to show your appreciation? I want to thank God for waking me up this morning. Don't mean a stink to God. You have some compassion for other people. Maybe those who need your help. The help that comes from individuals. Then you're saying something to God. Otherwise, you ain't doing nothing. And then laying up there till you get old. You done did all the sinning you can do when you were young. Now you done got old. Can't do no more sinning. Sitting up trying to condemn everybody you look at. Your heart is just as evil as it ever was. You can't say one decent thing about people. You just sitting there with your nose turned up. Not doing anything. And what does that happen? That means you dying, still ain't got no closer to God. Going down in the ground, still ain't got no closer to God. Letting somebody tell you that a book where they took the America's history and told you all kind of lies. Took African history and told you all kind of lies. Took Asian history and told you all kind of lies. Now, there was some truth in it now. They can't all be lies, but all kind of lies is wrapped up in it. All over there, just lies, 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 to perpetuate this bull that we're living and experiencing every day. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. This is what's happening in this world. Lie, 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 lie. And yet, if you change your mind, if you said this is wrong, and don't let the water come knock the buildings down. Let the water come back and knock those chains off of your mind and think it. Say, recognize the truth. Stand up. If you got to fight to defend yourself, fight to defend yourself. When I say yourself, I'm talking about even as an individual. If you got to fight to defend yourself, defend yourself. The nation let you go and kill other people for them. Stand up for yourself, but be right. So here we're going, ladies and gentlemen. Now we got you standing up for what's right. We've given you the information about if you do that, and then the system is so overwhelming that you might not, or you can't see your way through. Then, my friends, that big, powerful God, whatever form it's in, that we've never seen, can't touch, can't feel, but the evidence is all around us, that evidence will be right there then. It'll be there to open up a sea. It'll be over there to open up an ocean. It'll be up there to hold a plane. It'll be up there to capsize a bomb, and it won't do a darn thing. But you got to make the move to say that you're worthy. To say that you know that you're worthy. God knows you were made to be worthy. But if you are still living in that private stuff is anti-God. Private enterprise is anti-God. They say, well, they can make money here. Yeah, and it's anti-God. Let me say it again. Let me just let this be my topic. Private enterprise is anti-God. Woo-wee. Private enterprise. What does private enterprise mean? I'm thinking about myself. Profit. What I can get out of it. I'm going to leave it there.